What's up, everyone? All right, so what does this brick and my day have in common? They're both red. Another red day. Well, first red day for the month of September, but I've been in a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a slow patch here for the last, month or so. August was tough. Started the month here with green on Tuesday, green on Wednesday, green on Thursday, but I didn't make a lot of money. Down $1,200 today. So, it's kind of like two steps forward, one step back. We're still in that market. We're not seeing big opportunities. Fortunately today, I only took 2 trades. I did not overtrade. I didn't overstay my welcome. And again, that's kind of that higher level of emotional composure where instead of saying, I need to close today green, and then aggressively trying to find the next trade and the next trade, I'm just saying, nope, that's it for me. I'm walking away. So I'm happy with that. And guess what? I'm on my way down to Orlando, Florida. All next week I'll be in Florida for our Inner Circle seminar. I'm super excited about it, so I'll do a bunch of recaps down from there, of course. And in the meantime, any of you guys watching the recap today, you've got questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll answer them later. All right, enjoy. All right, everyone. So we're going to do a second midday market recap. I did a first one earlier on Facebook, and usually I record these, but the recording got, the file got corrupted, so I am going to record a second recap, and we'll upload this to YouTube in just a few minutes. Okay, so the trades from today, I finished the day down $1,200. A little disappointing there, but what I'm really happy about here is that I followed the rules. I'm not below my max loss, which is $2,000. I don't have more than 3 red trades in a row. I had 2 red trades, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to take my cue and I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to overtrade. I'm not going to revenge trade and try to make it back. I'm just going to take it for what it is, a small red day, and know that, by keeping the losses small, it's easy to bounce back from them. So the biggest loss of the month now, $937, which means my average losers on the month are probably less than $500 because I've only had 3 losers. I had a $55 loser. Well, we can add it right up here. We've got 55 plus 300 plus 937, and so divided by 3 is $430. I think those are the only 3 red trades I've had this month. So average loser is $430, and of course I had a $2,000 winner yesterday. So I think I probably have a pretty good profit-loss ratio right now at this point in the month. But yes, it is still a red day. So this morning I didn't see anything on the gap scanner that looked good. The gap scanner was seriously dead. There was just nothing that looked decent. And NVUS was on there, gapping up 30%. Float's a little higher. It was already selling off pre-market. Wasn't that interested in it. This was weakness to me. So I didn't want to trade that, so I left it alone. And that was really the only thing on the scanner. So this was one of those days where I started with nothing that I was really watching. But I said, I'm going to keep a close eye on the high-day Momo scanner. And so I'm watching the high-day Momo scanner. I see NVUS hitting it, nothing there. ADXS, higher float. GEMP hits it at 207. I take a peek at it, but it's not moving very quickly. It pops up to a high of 222 and then dropped back down. It ended up going higher later in the morning, but again, not necessarily the cleanest. Kind of like a little sluggish. Up and then down, and then up and then kind of down. So, maybe I could have made a little on that, but didn't trade it. And then CHCI hits the scans, pull it up, and it basically just popped and then faded. So I don't know where that volume came from, but didn't hold that level. So that was nothing. And so that was basically, what we were looking at. It's past 10 a.m. I still haven't taken a trade. And then I see on the reversal scanner, CRTO right here. And I look at it. I see the RSI is at 6. It has 10 consecutive red candles. So I'm like, okay, this clearly has some potential, CRTO. There we go. So on this one, and I had the right idea, but wasn't at the right time. I got in it right here. All right, so on this one, I was like, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles in a row, 7, 8, 9. This thing is just it's looking like it's just ready to bounce. And we've got the doji at the bottom. So I was like, you know what? This actually looks good. I look at the level 2 and I saw that it was flagging under $22. And so as I started to see some volume come in, I was like, you know what? I'm going to punch it. I punch it right here at 22 and I bought 2,000 shares. I started kind of small with 2,000 shares, not super aggressive. And I see more volume coming in, and so I use my hotkey to punch it again, 3,000 shares. Now I've got 5,000 shares of a $22 stock. That's like $110,000 in this trade, and it pops up to 203, and then it flushes down to 251, 2157. And so I'm like, suddenly down $2,000. And I was like, you know what? This is why I don't trade these stocks. This is so annoying. Well, it pops right back up, and I end up getting out with a $300 loss. So, whatever. It ended up dropping down again, flushing down here to 2140, and then curling back up towards 23. So, it did end up reversing, but, I couldn't afford to just keep holding it. Exposure risk was too high. So I cut the loss. Fortunately, it bounced back up. I was able to minimize it. I never like to panic out of a trade when something's flushing. Even if this had suddenly dropped to $21, I wouldn't have sold until the first pop back up, because sometimes they pop all the way back up to your entry. Now, other times they pop up just a little bit, but you can almost always minimize the damage versus selling into a flush. So I never like to be in a flush, but I always try to sell on the first pop coming out of it. And so on this one, I was able to unwind the position through here in kind of small pieces. Unfortunately, it was sort of hard to unwind it because 5,000 shares of this stock, it was just not a very thick market. I was like selling in pieces and finally getting out. So then I'm done with that trade, and meanwhile I see GVO spiking up, and it hits the scanner, high day Momo scanner right here. And I see it go from 390 up to 430. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'm a little not sure about it. It's kind of, I don't know. I'll give it a chance. I'll watch it. And what does it do? It breaks out of this bull flag to the upside. It pops up to 445. And I'm watching it. It's flag under 445. I'm thinking about it. I don't take the trade. It pops up to 466. And then I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to take a stab on this. I get in right here at 57, it pops up to 60, I'm up 3 cents, and then it drops right here back down to 45. On this one again, where's my stop? It's the low of the last pullback, which is right here, 43. I stop out at 41. I lose $900, which is disappointing, but that was the right stop. It then drops back down here another 20 cents. So absolutely did the right thing here. This was the right exit. This isn't the type that I'm willing to just hold on. This has a line in the sand, and I really don't want to hold if it goes below it. So, today's a day where I took 2 trades. Commissions aren't going to be that high. Just kind of not seeing a lot of momentum in the market. So I'm taking my cue, and I'm walking away. One of the things I said during the midday recap that I recorded on Facebook, I have this koi pond in my backyard. I don't know if I have any good pictures of it here, but in any case, I've got this koi pond, and yeah, I made a little video. I'll go full screen for a second here and play this video for you. All right, so let's see. Let me press play. Okay.
This is what a hot market looks like.
All the fish swimming around.
That's a cold market.
That's a cold market.
That's a hot market.
That's a hot market. All right. So what we have here is all the little fish are feeding because I threw some food in. And what happens with this little fish pond is that when I throw in some fish food, at first they're kind of like, they're not sure. And then one comes out, takes a little bite, and then the others see them. And then all of a sudden they're all out there and they're eating as much as they can. They're just gobbling up all the food. And then they see a shadow and they all scatter. They go into the rocks. They're gone. They're out of here. And then one starts to get brave and come back. And then the others see them, and then they're all eating again, and then they're gone. And that's what the market's like. We have this feeding frenzy, especially in small caps, where stocks are going crazy. Stocks are getting halted on circuit breakers, left and right, just taking off. And then you get one where it's a secondary offering in the middle of the day, or maybe you get a a halt pending SEC investigation, and it's like everyone gets nervous and goes away. And then slowly you start to see one come back, another come back, and traders get more and more exciting, and then it happens really quick. It's like feeding frenzy, and then fear, and then feeding frenzy and fear. And so if you learn these kind of, these patterns in the market, it's human behavior. What's going on, and this is fish behavior, but human behavior is what we have in the market. And it's, the fear and the greed. So right now we're definitely in a period, it's not necessarily fear, but it's just sort of cautious. It's just sort of sitting on the sidelines. I can tell you, I'm not trading with 15, 20,000 shares, and neither are tons of other traders. I mean, you see anecdotally people in the chat room, on Twitter, whatever, oh, it's a slow market, not a lot of action. When market picks back up and all of those thousands of traders start amping up their size and getting more aggressive, that means more buying. More buying means bigger breakouts, more, circuit breaker halts, more extreme moves. And so we will see it. Right now, we're still kind of in this little bit of a grind. And, I'm going to leave on Sunday for Orlando. I'll be down there for our Inner Circle seminar that we're hosting all next week, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I'd love to have some really great trading opportunities just to show off, the strategy and everything like that. But if it's a slow week, then it'll be an opportunity to show off discipline and self-control, which is something that we also really need to, practice. So anyways, that's it for me, finishing the week in the green. I'm happy with that. Three green days, 1 red day this week. That's fine. So we'll be back at it first thing on Monday morning, live from Orlando, and I will see all of you guys there. All right, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.